breaking news or whatever. They're on another one. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Yeah. Gang, gang, emergency Zoom film at 11. Same 5 goons, same deranged obsession. This changes everything. Bro, it's page 47 of emotion they skin while half watching Yellowstone. Gang, gang. Squinting at 8 point, find like detectives. Zoom so far and the pixels are screaming for mercy. Look at this, timestamp 2022, my God. But they're yelling it like they just cracked Watergate. High five. Mike's been muted for 20 minutes, still barking. Circular logic, so a lot of time that's impressive. Trust the plan, this is massive. Nah, fam, it's boilerplate and it's mid at best. Gang, gang. Self-appointed outrage, swap patting each other like they personally ended corruption. Gang. Dropping bombshell tea that's been sitting in pieces since breakfast. Gang, gang. Moral high ground, speed run, they'll flip the script the second it's convenient. Gang. Same PowerPoint presentation, new day, same brain dead narration. Gang, gang. We're not obsessed, we're just passionate. 3-hour living yesterday's hoodie, passion in my ass. Why is he even breathing right now? Says the guy refreshing notifications every 14 seconds. Gang, gang. Playing lawyer on God mode, reading comprehension. Stuck in elementary, confidence in the stratosphere. Case dismissed. They're screaming to the void. Motion still pending, but go off, I guess. Disagree? Obviously a paid chill. Actually read the filing, deep state plan. Laugh at them, you're clearly compromised too. Exist in the same zip code. Suspicious behavior, notify the group chat. Gang, 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 gang. Tighter circle, smaller brain. Gang, gang. Echo chamber finally running out of oxygen. Gang, gang. Yeah. Gang, gang, acting the actual judge like it's group chat. Replay all meltdowns, labeled just asking questions. Got warned by the core once, that was a suggestion. Still get it the same screed like it's strictly trash talk. Gang, gang, we're above all this drama. While screenshotting, they on meltdown for content. Preaching peace and love while actively baiting bears. And fake shock when the bear finally bites back. How could this happen? Gang, gang, synchronized tantrum hours. 5 tabs open, all the same screenshot. Different zoom levels, gang, gang. Premature victory lap over legal language, still can't pause. Gang, gang, standing 10 toes on business until tomorrow's finally send them scrambling again. Gang, gang. Hype the claim to the moon, then ghost the chat when it ages like milk. Gang, gang. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang. Refresh, refresh. Gang, gang. Gang, 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 gang. See y'all same time tomorrow. Gang, gang. Don't be late.
Oh my gosh. How are you guys doing this evening? It is so good to see all you fine people. Man, oh man, oh man. Let's make sure that we're not blasting out your eardrums. Possibly are, but it'd be fine. Good evening from cold Nebraska. Yeah, the weather's just gone absolutely crazy. It is Tuesday for you. It is still Monday for me, but happy Tuesday to you, Andrea. It is wonderful to see you. Evening, evening, evening. Yes, all you beautiful taters. How you doing, Yogi Texas Alien? Good to see you. I love it. I love it. That's a great name. Oh my gosh, yes. Well, thank you, Joey. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna have a little fun tonight because we're gonna finish up with Laura Owens, but I'm gonna hit this just a couple of things. So maybe the little what the hell's ecosystem over there that's already been flipping out. They flipped out last night like crazy. They couldn't handle the fact that they don't like Turnabout. Really interesting. It all of a sudden it becomes a big issue whenever somebody's going to help out a neighbor. Oh, and that neighbor's doing things illegally. Oh my gosh. That Turnabout just really odd. You see how angry they got all of a sudden, and the moral outrage. It was so, little heart palpitations. Either that or just too many cigarettes. How's it going, Max Labs? Good to see ya. Welcome. Hey, Tammy Bugard, and also Heather May. How you doing, Anna? Twaddlebum. Good to see ya, Tammy. How you doing? The crafting disaster. I love that name. That's beautiful. Hey, Libby. How you doing? Good to see you. Working and lurking. Hi, Shizzy. Well, thank you, Sleepwatcher. I appreciate you, Colleen. And if I missed anybody, I do apologize. The chat does fly by on evenings like tonight. It just goes on flying on. Elfie, the little one, the fleas. Also think the case 2 was dismissed with prejudice. Well, no, not yet. It hasn't been dismissed. It's got a pending dismissal. If Randy doesn't file something by April 2nd, I believe, then the order will stand as it is. And we don't know what Randy's filed yet. So it's got a little ways to go. It's just got to cross over that finish line. But of course, they don't read court documents, but they'll tell everybody it's over. Well, if it's over, where's that lawsuit they keep promising? They keep saying, oh, we're coming for them all. We're going to take them all down. The moral outrage continues. Well, today, Moron filed a motion. Of course. Why wouldn't he? Because, this is all content for them. So might as well just go ahead. No Megan and Tug tonight. No, there was Megan has storms tonight, and she's not, her power isn't sticking around, and Tug said he is just going to chill out with the girls and just have a nice relaxed evening. Might have himself a nice ice cold soda pop. I don't know if he's still drinking that, but at least he'll have some water. He'll have something wet. But no, they're not streaming tonight. They're taking the night and enjoying time with their families. It's a beautiful thing. That's what you want. Sometimes you just gotta sit down, take a little bit of time, spend it with the kids if you got them, spend it with your significant other. I do that every so often myself. Sometimes it's awesome. Hey, how you doing, Miss Michael? I'm going to say that wrong. Hey, how you doing, mac and cheese? See, mac and cheese. Yeah. Hey, and Marsh. My friend, photo lady. Hey, Jen Thunder. So this is we'll just put this out there so you understand what this is all about. So what the judge said, he made this order an injunction to some of the defendants have been making a practice copying me and magistrate judge on emails addressed to others. Local Rule 7.1M prohibits the practice. As I've not read any of the emails, they've been intercepted by my staff and deleted. I'm told that their tone is completely inappropriate. That's all he needs to know. He doesn't need to read them, but he understands they're completely inappropriate. But the practice would be totally inaccessible even if the tone was professional. So the judge is saying, no more. The order constitutes an injunction requiring the defendants to stop. A violation of this order may be punished as contempt of court with sanctions, including fines or imprisonment. Now, if the morons, the defendants, continue the practice, it will not end well for them. They should govern themselves accordingly. It is ordered. All parties to this case are prohibited and enjoined from sending a copy of any letter or email to me or the assigned magistrate judge or to our chambers except when directly relevant to a pending motion, and then only as an attachment to the motion or response filed on the docket. This injunction binds the parties, their officers, agents, servants, employees, and attorneys, and others in active concert or participation with any of them who receive actual notice of this injunction by personal service or otherwise. He ordered that on March the 12th. Well, Paint Chips didn't like that at all because, he decided he was going to file this voluminous pile of shit. He wants to say that he's purported to be palatable, but he's not. Paint Chips Jr. or Little Dick. A unskilled in the science of law. Yeah, agreed. And without requisite capacity to be deemed learned in the law. Having appearing pro se, and especially for the limited purpose of contesting personal jurisdiction. I think you missed the boat. Preliminary statement, he says it should be reconsidered, vacated, or at minimum substantially narrowed. It expressly declares itself an injunction. It binds not only parties, but others in concert with them and threatens contempt sanctions, including fines or imprisonment. Cry me a river, which disbarred is not, is a lie to the court. Right there. Absolutely is. Yet the same order states I have read none of the emails. They've been intercepted by my staff and deleted, then relies on secondhand characterizations. Yeah, of course. That's coffee ass. A contempt-backed injunction was entered against litigants based on communication the court expressly says it never read. Nobody knew what the contents of it were, and they were inflammatory, and that's why he said no. He doesn't contend that a pro se litigant may disregard Rule 7.1. No, not me, your judge. I would never disregard it. Nor does he claim a constitutional entitlement to lobby chambers by email. But that's exactly what he wants. He wants to lobby chambers via email. Thank you. Thank you very much for covering it. You're welcome. Absolutely. I will, and I might have missed over some super chats. Let me see here. I think someone sent something in right at the very beginning. Yes, it was Suzanne says, I've been celebrating 5 months of memberships. Love it here. Thanks, Shizzy. Well, we love having you here, Suzanne. I appreciate you being here. And thank you so much. And that last one that came in, I will get to it. It is Carol Welsh says, thank you for covering this. I love that outfit, Carol. I love that outfit. And nor does he claim a constitutional entitlement to lobby chambers by email. But yeah, that's what he wanted because he's upset because he can't file on Pacer. Woe is me. His point is narrower and stronger. No, you have no point. The judge said no. No. Because you're copying the court on emails, and he said no more of that. No more of that. And he's going to blah, 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 a bunch of crap that means nothing whatsoever, that he should already just say, Your Honor, of course, because, you dismiss this case anyway, right? Oh, that's right. Because why would he file something like this if the case has been dismissed? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? So clearly it hasn't been dismissed. Clearly it hasn't been dismissed with prejudice. Clearly it is still an ongoing case, because what purpose would he have for filing something so stupid and ridiculous? Well, other than he's stupid and ridiculous, makes no sense, does it? It's the same way with Dodgy Robbie and all of his bullshit. Whenever he was sitting there saying, "Oh, my wife, she totally couldn't look at that because I'm in a lawsuit with Jeremy Hales." Well, Jeremy Hales wasn't the one that ran off. Yeah, it wasn't Jeremy Hales that ran off. It was a family matter, from what I can tell. But, still, let's keep up with the righteous indignation on it all, because, that's how they operate. Well, Mr. Paint Chips explained why he copied the court and the clerk to preserve the integrity of the record, to ensure transparency. Not your job. Not your job. See, that's the thing. You're stepping out. You're stepping out of your lane, which is, I know double wide lanes do exist somewhere in the United States, but, you might want to just, shut the claptrap, sit down like a good little paint chip, have yourself a nice lead-based snack, and, think about all the things that you did wrong over and over and over and over again. Now, Mr. Paintchip explained why he copied the clerk and the court. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you did. Well, in a case where represented parties could file instantaneously, that means nothing. That's how it works for pro se litigants. So that way they don't clog up, court filings with being able to file a bunch of frivolous crap, and they're actually held accountable whenever they do. See, you like to do things where you won't be held accountable. That time is running short, paint chips. Litigation content creation by ambush. Litigation content creation by ambush. It's not ambush. You get a filing. You get the same filing in the mail. You can check Pacer just like everybody else. It's really super easy, paint chip. You're just butthurt. You're used to that, aren't you? Being butthurt. Whether the court ultimately agrees with that justification or not, it was entitled to reject it only after hearing it. No, the court is entitled to place an injunction on your ass anytime it wants to. It doesn't have to wait for your permission. It doesn't even have to argue it because it's something that's already been argued and you violated Rule 7.1 M. And it's very specific on what it says. They should be contacted regarding this. You know, there's no problem if you want to email the attorney. There's nothing that precludes you from doing that as long as you behave in a nice, orderly, good-mannered way. But see, you don't know how to do that. You know, you stomp and stammer your feet around like a broken little child. Background: the relevant email was not a secret attempt to ex parte relief. It was sent to opposing counsel under Rule 7.1b. But you know, it is not supposed to be copied to the clerk and copied to chambers. He said, the inflammatory shit needs to stop. You know, all the bad stuff that all your little agents were doing over there, all you little servants. It demanded the withdrawal of 158, stated that in the absence of agreement, paint chips would file an appropriate motion. Otherwise, the communication was served on the adversary. Oh, no. No, what was sent to the court was not served on an adversary. That was you trying to stir up shit, see? Yeah, that was you trying to stir up shit, but see, now you're having to change your story. Like you always do, you know, whenever you get called out, you gotta change the story. And then try to play all nice, but I was behaving, Your Honor. Woe is me. I'm so hurt. No, there won't be any sanctions coming off of this, Max. That's not what the judge was talking about. What the judge was talking about is him copying emails going to the judge. Sending conference between him and Randy to the judge. That's what it was about. He was very specific. What the judge said was, you will not be. Binds parties or officers, agents, servants, employees, and others from inactive concert participation with any of them who receive actual notice of this injunction. Prohibited and enjoined from sending a copy of any letter or email to me or the assigned magistrate judge or to our chambers except when directly relevant to a pending motion. What that means, Max, pretty plain and simple. File it with the clerk. Don't send it to them. Don't send it to the judge. Don't send it to their chambers. If you're going to file something, file it with the clerk. That's all the judge said. In that same email, Paint Chips explains why he was copying the clerk, the court, and the clerk. Doesn't matter. He doesn't want you to. Doc 175 states that some defendants had developed the practice of copying the court and magistrate judge on emails addressed to others, prohibits this practice. That the court read none of the emails because staff intercepted and deleted them, and that's the court has been told their tone was inappropriate. The order then entered an injunction forbidding all parties from sending a copy of any letter or email to the court, the magistrate judge, or chambers, except when directly relevant to pending motion, then only as an attachment. It threatens contempt, fines, and imprisonment. Yes, that's what happens whenever you go against an injunction. It's amazing how that works. Fallen Hero is gifted a membership. Thank you very much, Fallen Hero. And that one went out to the wonderful Sharon Kobrick. Thank you. Thank you very much, and I appreciate that. And I'll get that song for you tonight. I guarantee you. Now, standard, because it's 175 is interlocutory. The court may revise it at any time before entry of final judgment. Of course it can, but it doesn't mean that he's going to. Reconsideration is warranted because Doc 175 is not a mere housekeeping directive. Yeah, it is. It's a very much a housekeeping directive because the judge wants to stop all of your bullshit shenanigans before it gets out of hand. I'm sure he knows, he's pretty well aware of who you are by your prior pleadings. And I'm sure that he's not going to be too appreciative, having to deal with you on a regular basis. So he's just nipping that in the bud right away. Because I can see that this right here would just be denied. I'm pretty sure the judge is going to look at this and go, yeah, we're just going to deny your little goose stepping propaganda machine right here. Doc 175 is a true injunction, so Rule 65 and due process apply. No, not really. Judge can say, nope. And he can say, bye. We're not letting your inflammatory emails be filed in here. And telling the judge how he rules in his court. Well, let's see how that works out for you. The order violates due process because it was entered without notice, without a hearing. No, it was entered properly. The judge said, no. And that hurts. Over. And, it's more of his rambling bullshit where, he fills up with a whole bunch of garbage here for the next, 10 pages, saying it's overbroad, that he's just going to complain. It's what he does. He cries. The freckled ginger, how you doing, girl? And you just became a member again? That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a little bit no mug tonight. It's a little bit, yeah. And then, of course, to be clear, those cases don't create a free-flowing right to email chambers, but that's what you were doing. They tell you no. And more whining and crying. He's going to throw a whole bunch of things that he thinks are relevant. Several narrow alternatives were available. Well, the court could have done this and it could have done that, but it didn't. What the court did is what the court did because of your inflammatory remarks and all of the what the hell's ecosystem and their bad behavior. Yeah, just shot that all to hell. It's what happens whenever you mass email everybody and wanting to stir up drama. It got shot down pretty bad. It was like judge said, no, we don't want to deal with your shit no more. Well, it raises concerns about judicial temperament and the appearance of justice. Wah. The court announced that it had read none of the relevant emails it relied on what had been told about tone. It threatened contempt, fines, imprisonment, as it should, because the judge is making sure that he takes control of his out-of-hand courtroom. You have to remember, Paint Chips, that he's not too happy with the way that Randy behaved in Fed 1. Judge Belitho isn't. He's also not really happy with the way Bubbles behaved in Fed 1. And he's not going to let that shit happen in this case whatsoever. See, the good part is Randy doesn't even have to respond to it. Well, I'm sure Randy will. Like, he'll basically say, you've got the law wrong, and he's crying big donkey turd tears. Yeah, he is, Mac. Well, you could have done anything but what I wanted you to do, Judge. Well, the proper remedy is to vacate Doc 175. No, the proper remedy is for you to sit down, shut up, get in your own wide lane. Oh, it should make clear that no party may seek substantive judicial action by direct letter or email to the chambers. That's already substance of Rule 7.1a. Judge ruled on it, and he isn't going to deal with you. Second, it should make clear that correspondence relevant to a pending issue may be filed with the clerk as an exhibit to a motion or response. That's what the judge said, dumbass. Maybe you should have read his filing and, got off your little AI machine. Because what he said is, if it's relevant to the case, then you can, copy the judge on that, but only as copy of it. He said, don't email me with your bullshit. It's irrelevant to this case. It's unprofessional. It goes against all of the rules that he set forth. See, the judge is the referee in this case. Oh yeah, Mr. Cupid is. It's long, boring, and stupid. But everything that Paint Chips does is long, boring, and stupid. Except for his little, probably hasn't seen that thing in a while. It's probably been hiding out on him somewhere. If he still has one. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. I also have Super Tips on. Super Tips is up at the very top. If you feel like, hitting that thumbs up, liking, subscribing, all those, YouTube-y things that you do. If you want to go that extra step, you can always throw a little bit of bones this way. Never necessary. Always appreciated, of course, though. And then I have the Super Tips, which is an AI-generated voiced that will read your Super Tip on the stream. And that is also open. You're welcome to do that. Never needed. If you ever feel like it, I appreciate it. Chad appreciates it. Third, it should make clear that no contempt sanctions will be based on the current order, which is entered without notice. Yeah, it can be. The judge would very much like to tell you that he heard and he's not going to deal with you. That approach would cure the due process defect. Isn't that how it works? Well, and of course, little Dick Jr. here, he requests that they reconsider. Please reconsider, Judge, after I've told you how you're wrong. Vacate the injunction. There is no injunction particularly directed towards you. The injunction is for all parties. We can read that again if you like, Paint Chips, because maybe you missed it. This injunction binds the parties, their officers, agents, services, employees. It doesn't say that it binds the defendant. It's not one-sided. It's very much two-sided. It's for both sides. Hurts your feelings, doesn't it? Because, see, Randy's following the rules of what he's supposed to be doing. He didn't respond to your ridiculous shit. No. You got little JoJo Shoelace Jackson there to start including people, start saying a whole bunch of shit that's inappropriate. And if it wasn't that wasn't enough, just the matter of you emailing the judge and the magistrate was enough to get this injunction for your behavior. Because he ain't going to play your game. See, he doesn't play your game of litigation, because that's the kind of person you are. It'd be really interesting to show exactly the kind of person that you are. Maybe you'll email the judge again. You'll send out another mass email and include me in it, and I'll attach where judges ruled on you on this before for the same behavior. I could include that right there to the judge, make sure that he sees it. Oh, that's right. Because you won't go against that injunction, will you? No. You'll just cower like the little child you are. Alternatively, modify it to provide only that no party may request judicial action. Are you stupid? Binds the parties or officers, agents, service to participate in them who receive actual notice of this injunction. It means everyone. Everyone, Paint Chip. Paint Chips will obey. Well, not obey. He thinks he can jumble the words around. Yeah, it pretty much tells you right there. All parties to this case are prohibited and enjoined from sending a copy of any letter or email to me. That's everyone. All parties. Both defendant and the plaintiff. Weird how that works, isn't it? And of course, he wrote this the day after he got that because, well, he was just storming. And then, of course, you see his little bullshit emails here that he's saying, well, it contains 2,390 words because the judge told me to. And then, of course, he wants to include these exhibits right here because that's what I do. Your Honor, see, these are the emails that I sent to you. See, these are the emails I sent to you. Oh, and it says, wow, thank you for making your client's views and position known. I trust we hear all about it on YouTube ecosystem for the rest of the week. Now he signs it, Junior. Oh, he doesn't sign this, Junior. Unless until the federal courts provide a clear, more effective mechanism to prevent litigation content creation by outrage. Defendant Paint Chips will continue to copy the court and the clerk on rule required communications. Yeah, judge said no. Simple. Said no. They're not permitted to file through ECF absent express leave of court, must instead file by paper. It's so unfair. You know what's unfair. You know what's unfair. Paint Chips. Let me tell you what's unfair. Taking an elderly man, blind, elderly, disabled man, putting him in a room with a couple of thugs, and they threaten to blow his kneecap off unless he does what you tell him to do. Unless he pays up money. That's highly inappropriate, Paint Chips. It's highly inappropriate that you reach out to your lady. That sweet, lovely lady, and threaten her whenever you think that she's giving evidence in a federal court. They're in New Jersey. Yeah. I think it's inappropriate. Whenever you make all these little pictures and images of the sexual nature. Matter of fact, the FBI thought it was inappropriate, as did your state bar. They thought you were highly inappropriate in just about everything that you do. I think it's highly inappropriate that you run a scam on another country, almost causing a international trade crisis. I think it's highly inappropriate. I won't say that. I'll just leave it there. You're just highly inappropriate. Oh, and it says a lie will get halfway around the world before the truth gets its pants on. I mean, this is the same crap that we've seen before. He's just going to sit here and go, defendant's practice of copying the court and the clerk is therefore not defiance. It is now. So if you're copying the court, it is now. The judge says no. And of course, Randy's response to it was, we're going to receive your email dated regarding document 58. Our filing fully complies with Rule 7.1F, word count limitations. Your interpretation of what constitutes countable narrative text is incorrect. We stand by our certificate of compliance. We disagree with your characterization of the content in our response and your other assertions. No cure is necessary or forthcoming. Most importantly, we must address your inappropriate direct communication with the court. Your email was copied to Judge Hinkle, Judge Belitho, the clerk's office. This constitutes an improper ex parte communication. The Northern District Florida rules and the Florida rules of professional conduct prohibit such communications. And guess what? This is the judge court, and he agreed. Why? Because he said right here, this injunction binds the parties, their officers, agents, services, employees, or others in active concert participation with any of them who receive actual notice of this injunction. It means everyone. Please immediately cease directly contact the court via email regarding this matter. And as you will see, his response was straight to Paint Chip. That's it. That's the only person that he sent it to. Now, Paint Chip here, he, of course, included the clerk of courts. He included Belitho. He included Judge Hinkle. And Randy said, that's inappropriate. Stop doing that. But he doesn't stop because, well, he included all of them yet again. And he says, it's procedurally and substantially defective, must be withdrawn. He's like, stop. And that's it. Really all that it is, because, you know, he does this kind of crap right here where he files more shit. Oh, except he filed it on March 12th. Same day that order came out. But you notice what's really interesting is, although he emailed it to Cameron, you know, he also included the Fleas and Cook and Robert Kesey and Stupid Dave and Marla Huge and Bone Crusher. But you know what? He missed some people. Interesting. Isn't it really interesting how he missed some very important people? He missed Lynette. Oh, maybe she blocked him. Maybe he just said, I don't need to email every defendant. No, I'm just going to send it to just the people that I know have YouTube channels, and maybe they'll talk about it. Ooh, little Paint Chip. Yes, Bonehead is husband number 8. And he writes to confer in good faith. This titled injunction not to file emails. The anticipated motion will request that the court vacate or modify the injunction. Wah! There's due process concerns. First Amendment petition clause, access to courts. Rule 65 issues clarification for record preservation purposes. Before filing this motion, Paint Chip is required to confer in good faith to determine whether the issues can be resolved without court intervention. No, not. It is an injunction on you. If any party believes this matter can be resolved through stipulation or clarification, Mr. Paint Chip is willing to consider such proposals. Pay attention to me. I'm going to stomp my feet. So that right there shows you. That shows you that him just emailing all these people right here, they all know the court case is not over, that it hasn't been dismissed with prejudice, that it's still ongoing. Because why would he ever have to email the court if the case is over, if it's case closed? That it would be case closed. Does letter and a message feel like desperation and panic? Oh, yeah. It feels a lot like desperation and panic, because they know that they're about to lose that gravy train. They'll have nothing to talk about. Not that they ever did in the first place, but now they'll have it. Oh, Paint Chip wants to take it. He's missing Bubba, poor little balloon boy. Speaking of taking it over and over and over, I have a little bit of something for you guys. Now you might be wondering, what exactly does Shizzy has for us? But it is always good. I never disappoint. Do I disappoint? I don't think I disappoint. I think I like to be pretty proactive with my disappointment. If I'm going to disappoint, I'm going to disappoint you really well. And tonight is not a night for that. Of course.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Whiz, Nut.
Let's get this thing back up here and running, of course, because I suck. An open letter to the dear little troop of professional victims, sudden peacemakers, and part-time fire starters. Well, bless your enlarged hearts. It has been almost touching, a deeply unnatural and medically fascinating way to witness this latest performance. One moment, certain individuals stormed through like a bull in a china shop, hurling venomous messages, prodding anyone within reach, and turning every hallway inbox, live streaming comment section into their own little personal stage for theatrical moral collapse. The next moment, the instant someone in authority signals they have seen enough smoke, the tone shifts. Elbows retract. Those who spent hours rolling in fecal matter now present themselves as gentle little advocates of order, decorum, fairness, and mutual respect. It's a remarkable transformation. It's like watching a raccoon emerge from a dumpster wearing a church hat and politely inquiring who might care for a cup of tea while tossing the last dirty diaper that they were eating out of like a little snack. Paint chip in particular has been especially precious of late. There is something almost endearing about an ex-con who dedicates so much energy to being loud, inflammatory, smug, and aggravating, only to pivot and feign wounded innocence when he's called out by the judge. That level of commitment requires range. It requires shamelessness most people achieve only after a head injury and 3 margaritas. What makes the spectacle even more hilarious is the surrounding little circle, the little cozy anti-Hales quilting bee of mutual reassurance, the revisionist history, the community theater legal analysis. They've spent months assuring one another that the matter is over, finished, buried, solved, wrapped with a bow, and set adrift on a tiny little paper boat. Yet they continue to behave as though they remain firmly in the grip of a fight that they cannot control. Curious, is it not? Almost as though repeating a claim endlessly on stream does not compel reality to comply. One might expect that sufficient nods in chat and clapping emojis would legally obligate the universe to cooperate. Alas, reality remains stubbornly uncooperative. The true delight lies in the constant reinvention. Those who provoke, needle, taunt, harass, stalk, and intimidate, insistent and always recast themselves as the aggrieved party the moment the judge kicks them in the teeth. Chaos enthusiasts become delicate little guardians of civility the second the water in the blue bucket splashes onto their own attire. People who feed ugliness into the machine stand blinking like startled little deer when the machine produces sounds they dislike. It's all so fragile, so conveniently timed. Online, the pageant spins on. There's always a stream, always a post, always a comment section brimming with people pretending they have innocently stumbled into events that they helped inflame. Everyone is merely asking questions, expressing concern, noticing things. Everyone is innocently recirculating the most vicious versions of every story, delivered in that syrupy tone reserved for sounding reasonable while concealing a gas can behind one's back. It is not harassment, obsession, or coordinated hobby of resentment, of course. It's commentary. It is accountability. Apparently, with sufficient confidence and proper etiquette, one can provide oneself with that filth becomes virtue when dusted with enough self-righteous glitter. That pattern repeats across all contexts, leading the entire affair. Its peculiar, rotten charm. It's never a single misstep or unfortunate misunderstanding that spiraled. It's a rhythm. They prod here over and over. They whisper there, inflame this, exaggerate that, go live, stir the chat, feign shock, claim persecution, harvest sympathy, rinse and repeat. What began as a disagreement has evolved into a traveling flea circus of grievance, each performer taking turns shooting themselves in the foot before holding a press conference to denounce their oppressor. The sudden sweetness from those who have long behaved like rats in a New York subway is particularly comical. The polished phrasing, the softer intonations, the careful throat clearing after weeks. Months or years of escalation, sharpening, broadcasting, dramatizing, and twisting every interaction into a hate campaign. That pivot is exquisite, like someone watching someone take a dump on the floor and then blame the dog. What a miracle. What growth. What utterly unserious nonsense. The Ohio chapter only heightens the aroma. This is never an isolated incident, deserving the gentle amnesia these figures so earnestly request. It forms a broader habit, a persistent trail of crumbs, a reoccurring cloud of mess that trails the same personalities from venue to venue while they protest their perpetual bad luck. The innocent act grows difficult to sustain when an entire marching band is warming up behind you. Eventually, the performance buckles under its own costume jewelry. There are only so many cycles of bad behavior, provocation, ugliness, last-minute draping, and injured dignity before the audience starts to notice that the sequins are falling off. The current iteration, I suspect, stems not from principal fairness or genuine hurt, but from the drawing realization that the act no longer lands as it once did. The usual noise no longer masks the odor. People are beginning to distinguish self-defense from compulsive upending of every trash can in sight, followed by complaints about raccoons. Thus we enter this new phase. The same individuals who helped render everything dirtier, nastier, and more toxic now aspire to be seen as gentle custodians of decency. Lovely, surely heartwarming, because they might embroider it on a throw pillow in a pastel thread with tiny little flowers framing the border, saying, "We're mean as snakes," until someone insisted we stop, and now we would like credit for not humping your leg. The difficulty, of course, is that sweetness is borrowed at the 11th hour and it still carries the unmistakable stench of rot and decay. Shizzy whiz, not just a humble window-licking disaster in Velcro shoes, somehow less slippery than those who set fires, and yet wonder aloud who the hell brought the matches, 'cause it wasn't your daddy, Shizzy whiz nut. Again.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy whiz nut.
Yeah, crazy it is, as crazy as can be, and I'm sucking bad at this any way I can. Well, thank you, kids with an ability. I love that. That's beautiful. It is wonderful to see ya. Yes. Let me go back up here because I think I missed a couple of super chats, and then we're going to get in more into the beautiful Laura Owens. Now we'll pick up where we left off last night. If you missed it last night, all you have to do is go catch the second half of last night, and you will see what we're talking about. Lurking fee while she's driving. Thank you, Cynthia Fire Fairy. she is pretty damn badass, I just say. And of course, Sherry Hawk says $4.99 from Sherry Hawk. Sherry Hawk, thank you very much, Cheryl Hawk. I'm sorry, I looked at that wrong. I thought there were 2 R's and I'd missed the L. I must be getting old. My eyesight is going bad. Thank you very much, Cheryl. I appreciate it. And let's see, I think there was somebody else in here. I like to catch these as they go because I think it's time that we do a nice little bit of this. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh yes, every single day. A new flavor of fuckery, cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Ah, yes. Ridiculous, ignorant, bald, dash, poppycock, bollock, sand fuckery. Thank you, Dose. Just in from EDB and Ricada Streams, Jamaica, Utah, guilty on all counts. Thank you, Trish. That is good to know. Yeah, that is crazy. Guilty on all counts. Oh man, that had to be a really good stream. You know, Nick is able to keep people entertained whenever he's sitting there having to watch and wait. Just, like, when is the jury going to come in here and give it? Thank you very much for keeping me informed on that. That's wonderful. I had no idea. Hey, living life with F&D. Good to see you. Good to see you. Everybody sucks, you see. Everybody sucks but me. Yes, good to see you. Good to see you. We'll see you. Oh, we got 545 you wonderful people in there. I'm hoping that all of you wonderful people have reached down there, hit that thumbs up, are smiling, having a little bit of fun tonight. And, you know, that trial was crazy. Absolutely. Mo streamed for a good part of the day. They got back on for the verdict. Now she's taking tomorrow off to rest. As she should. As she should, Heather May. Sorry, tardy. Thanks, folks, for my tent in Washington. Or is it Western Arizona? I'm giving you a hard time. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you. I hope you're doing good, fancy darling. Good to see you. Good to see you. Gwen the Ferret says, Tammy Bugard, what convinced me she did it was the walk the dog letter. Yeah. Yeah. There's quite a bit there. Quite a bit there. That's a crazy case. And if you want to find out more, you got Nick Ricada, you had Nick Starro, and also our one and only most loveliest Mo in the Deep End that was covering this case. And I bet they are all exhausted at this point in time. Now you understand why I can't do the whole daytime stream over and over and over. Maybe they'll listen to the boss guy. That is you. Good news. As of now, no surgery on toe in a hard shoe for now. That's good. That's good. I wanted to check on something really quick before I go too much further. I wanted to, when is it coming out? So it should be, I think it is scheduled. It is. It is scheduled for 11:30 tonight. 11:30 tonight. If you're not a member, well, you'll get to see over and over, harder and harder, the whole video. And what I'll do is I will play it here for you guys tonight, right before it goes live. So you get a chance to see it here, and then it'll go live. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Over and over and over and harder and harder and harder. Yeah. It is going to get them riled up. But we're back here with a little more of the Laura Owens going on here, and we'll get this. And I can't wait. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's somebody. There was somebody, I think, in Racket's chat that seemed to be convinced she was innocent. Wonder if he ever changed his mind. Well, I mean, you always have to remember that they are innocent until proven guilty. But you know, this is where we have our opinions. This is where we keep our opinions, where we can say these kinds of things and not be wrong. You can say she's innocent or she's guilty and still not be wrong. Wouldn't matter. Maybe he's just looking for a new prison wife. Oh, and of course, we've got this right here. This is the K-Mat Red Queen. Just sent this over here. I love this. This is going to be so beautiful. And this is what the super tips look like. That's pinned up there in the top of the check. K-Mat Red Queen with the $10.
If Laura goes to jail, do all her protection orders go away and off everyone's records, or can be appealed to be removed?
No, those would, I would assume, would still stay in place until either they ran out or they petitioned to have those protective orders removed. Once they put them in place, it's pretty hard to get them gone. Even if she goes to jail, then that just ensures that even if she's in jail, there's still a protective order, so they can't come visit her and you know, sit there and poke her and go nah. So I would assume that those would stay in place. But I don't know. I was going on my opinion. Absolutely, Gwen. Absolutely. But yeah, that is a good question. I would assume that the protection order would stay in place. I mean, you know, it's not like you know, think about Sarah Boone, for example. She was still going through financial issues, you know, getting money from her ex-husband while she was in prison. Like, that didn't go away. So I would think that those protection orders would still stay in place until they could petition the court to either get rid of them or whatever. Nick is good at explaining a case to convince people to think judiciously of the facts. Absolutely. Yeah. I love how Nick does. If you didn't catch it, Mo in the Deep End was on with Nick Starro, and of course you had Nick Ricada came in, and they were actually sitting down and talking about the case. It was very interesting, though, you know, just listening to them talk about it. Alimony. Yeah, that was alimony for Boone. I can't wait until Jeremy gets pink chips in court. Yeah, that would be interesting. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's going to be a really interesting one. It's just a matter of having him there in court, you know, because he does like to run and hide like a little coward. You know, that's pretty typical of him to do that. Just how can you pick on me? Throw my combat. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't wait for tonight. So this is where we left off. We'll just lead it in right before the defense wants to come and ask his questions. Let's see how good this defense attorney actually is, if he's worth what he was paid for. Jesus, Raz. Worst place to be is between hello and a glory hole. That's scary. That's very scary. I don't know why you'd want to be in there. You don't have a side job, do you? Okay.
Yes. Do you remember when that happened?
It was maybe a week after.
I have a quote here that says in a video on February 5th, 2026, the defendant said, "Well, I knocked on her door at the casita. Who's knocking on the door? But then I just maybe thought that's a bad idea and I left." Do you remember seeing a video where he said that?
Yes, I do.
Did that terrify you?
Yes.
And you understand that he concluded that statement by saying, "I'm just joking."
Yes.
Did you think that was funny?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Cross-examination?
Well, and I would have liked to heard the whole conversation of what he said. Evil people, gang, gang. I mean, I would like to know what the whole thing was that he said, because, you know, and this is where the Kankle twins over there keep getting things screwed up, because they are constantly saying, in my opinion, after they say something completely inflammatory as a fact, and then they say, in my opinion, it doesn't change that you're saying something as is a matter of fact by saying that. You know, this is love, the letter. Well, thank you, Colleen. I appreciate it. I loved it too.
Thank you, Your
Let's
Honor.
see how this guy does.
Good morning.
How did you find out about Mr. Andrea's video?
Oh my God. Dude, you got, that is, did he staple that to the back of his neck? Like, did he staple that to the folds in the back of his neck? Just took a stapler and went, I have my stapler. That's what it looks like. Looks like he stapled a ponytail to the back of his neck. Son.
I was searching my own name on YouTube, and he's,
You know, looking at his bone structure, I think I know why he has a ponytail. I shouldn't be making fun of him. I think that he's just looking at his bone structure. I think he might be part of the Indian nation. That might be why. Oh my God, her voice is so cringe. Yeah, it is. Judicial bias masquerading as compassion is what enabled Laura to blackmail half a dozen men for over a decade. Long-haired lawyers are always the best lawyers. From what I understand, this one is not.
large volume came up. Because I'm curious to know what people are saying about my case. I think it's important to be aware.
So,
Hey, he's making a valid question here. Why are you looking at this stuff?
you had to affirmatively go up looking for videos about you, right?
Correct.
Mr. Andrea did not send any of these videos to you, did he?
No, but he addresses me as a person.
I think that's pretty freaking valid right here, what he's saying. He didn't send these to you. He didn't email you and send them to you. You had to actually go out looking for them. Laura was searching her own name and so she could take more people to court. Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is.
And within them, you cunts and everything is at me.
No, it wasn't at you. It was about you. Big difference. It wasn't targeting you. They weren't emailing you. They weren't reaching out to you. They weren't bothering you. You went looking for it yourself. And you could have responded to it instead of, you could have just released one of your own little YouTube videos. People love to hear, the pregnancy faker and douche canoe. They love hearing it.
Yes, he did by attending the court proceedings and by going to a horse show he knew I would be at for the purpose.
He has the right to go anywhere he wants to. She's Dingy's next wife. Oh, no. And in his heart, she's, in his eyes, she's guilty. In his heart, she's Dingy's next wife. Yeah. Yes, for sure. Absolutely cringe.
Of watching me.
Did he say anything to you?
Somebody's watching me.
Yeah, I mean, he said hello. I held the door for him.
So is hello harassing?
No, hello is not harassing. The other acts are.
And your court hearings are public, aren't they?
Yes, and he also has the right to speak about me, just not say what he said.
And when you eat in a horse show, that's a public event, isn't it?
Yes, I've never had a stranger come and try to watch me. I will guarantee you no.
You've never had a stranger come to watch you perform at a horse show. Really? Yeah, Liz, tell us what you're doing riding when you said you should have been in court. And you're supposed to be in a hospital, bleeding out of different parts of her body. That's what she was saying, wasn't it? Ugh. Watching you is not a crime. I don't know why he'd want to go watch her, but this is just more of her, oh, woe is me.
Nobody else has ever sought me out like your client.
Is he's back there doing it again. I just noticed he is now, you can't see it here, but if I'm not mistaken, he's got a good view of Laura. What I want you to notice is little Gingrich right here. Watch what he does. He starts mouthing the words again. Just watch.
Did he say anything to you?
Yeah, I mean, he said hello. I held the door for him.
So is hello harassing?
No, hello is not harassing.
Just watch. It's going to happen.
And your court hearings are public, aren't they?
Yes, and he also has the right to speak about me, just not say what he said.
And when you eat in a horse show, that's a public event, isn't it?
Yes, I've never had a stranger come and try to watch me. I will guarantee you nobody else has ever sought me out like your client has. No.
But you testified.
Correct. And he lied in his petition and said he was only going to court proceedings. He knew he'd been at a horse show.
And
you notice he moves over.
You know, of course, that Mr. Andreev did submit a corrected affidavit, corrected declaration, correcting the mistake that he made, and letting the court know that yes, he did attend that horse show last October, right?
Correct, which scares me even more.
Okay, maybe he's not. Maybe it was just me seeing things. Holding doors for people is so 1980s. It's a lost art. It's not a lost art. Oh my God, the third base coach again. Yeah. No, he's just moving so he can see her. He threw more signals than a third base coach. Yep, absolutely. I don't want high wind. I have a tree right outside my bedroom window. I don't want it falling on you. Well, if it does, that would suck.
Because I don't know where else he may have
That
been.
would really suck.
Forgotten.
But you've never seen him anywhere else, have you?
No, I have not.
He hasn't contacted any members of your family, has he?
No, but he certainly made comments about them, and
he's able to do that. He has never reached out and contacted you. He has never reached out and contacted. And this attorney needs to stop being so damn nice. He goes, this gentleman has not reached out and contacted you. He has not reached out and contacted your family. He's not reached out and contacted anybody that you are involved with. He is doing his own thing. He is not harassing you. And watch her spiral.
my mother and I are out to poison my father.
Are you? Just him saying that doesn't mean that you are.
He has attempted to communicate with other people who are doing legal shows about me, and Rachel Mitchell, he's attempted to, he has contacted about my case.
Okay. As anybody that's a reporter would be able to do.
To speak to a public official about that public official's public duties, right?
Absolutely not. No.
You still have Mr. Andreev's initial declaration in front of you?
I only have the supplemental. I'm sorry. I only have the supplemental.
I've got a copy if it would help.
Yes, may I?
Sure, go ahead.
Men need to always hire a female attorney when going against female in situations like this. I mean, it helps, but not always. It just depends on the female. Because women can be just as nasty. Not in Texas, you get a dirty look if you don't hold the door open, and if the person held for it doesn't say thank you. Yeah, exactly, Rob. And I'm with you on that. You know, that's just common courtesy. You know, you hold the door open, person says thank you, and it doesn't matter male or female. Woman, I've had women open the door for me and hold it for me, and I usually will stop and grab the door and let them in. Yeah, you would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for Megan Fox and those meddling law tubers. Megan Fox and David Neal and all those meddlesome law tubers. And Rosalind Duke had him on her stream. Oh, with Venom. I think is who it was. Could be wrong on that.
This is the declaration that was attached to the motion to.
Oh, thank you, strange little badger. Caught up, no more shizzy smurf. I love it. What, you don't like the shizzy smurf? I mean, I can talk real fast if you want me to. I can just be really super quick. That makes it really difficult whenever people are watching. If you talk really fast and then you just say a whole bunch of stupid things that don't mean anything whatsoever and you do it without one breath, that just makes them go absolutely crazy. Thank you, strange little badger. I appreciate the $2. Oh, that's a 2-spot. That is nice. Thank you.
Wash?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Going into lurker mode. Thank you,
sorry,
Diana.
I hadn't even noticed, but yeah, there's no microphone at the podium.
Oh.
So you can stay over where the microphone is, or you can use that microphone and stay at the podium.
Yeah, I'd rather see it before you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry. I just.
He's gonna say he's gonna break out in some Barry White. Like,
I forgot. This is the only courtroom I've been in that doesn't have a microphone at the podium.
Ms. Owens, can you read paragraph 22, please, out loud?
Owens falsely alleges that during this live stream at 16:31 to 16:37, I said, if she goes and says I'm indigent because the court said so, I'll fucking bitch slap her through the phone, through the camera, whatever I can get to her. Petition at 5. That statement appears nowhere in the transcript or in any other live stream Owens cites for that matter. See,
and he should have called her out on it. Up until you made the change, it was not in anything that she is citing. Now that she's made a change, yes, it was said, but you're taking it out of context. Oh.
Generally, Exhibit 5, Owens alleges that I made other statements that appear nowhere in the transcript, including she's a fucking twat, she's a hole, low as a cunt, and recently a bloody ass cunt. Petition at 5. These do not appear at the timestamp she cites or anywhere else in the transcript.
Right there. He's telling her exactly. It did not appear anywhere in those transcripts.
Generally, Exhibit 5.
And directing your attention to paragraph 21, the live stream that is referenced in paragraph 22 is the one cited in your petition titled 0272 Trial LOVMM Travel Granted, correct?
Yes, and then I corrected it to 0273.
But you didn't correct it until after
we were here today.
Had submitted this declaration, right?
Correct, but I cited all of his videos in the first paragraph of my injunction.
That doesn't count.
Every single video by name and number?
Well, I said 1,300 of them.
You should have been better.
It's true, isn't it, that these quotes that are discussed in paragraph 22 do not appear in the 0272 video, do they?
Correct, but he said them and we played it. So I was just making a clerical error.
So it's true to say that those statements do not appear in that video, right?
Correct.
So
yes.
This is not a lie, is it?
He says that it says.
No, get it right.
It says that they. Okay, correct. And within this,
That's what he's saying. I got to show you guys something. You're going to love this. So I was looking to because I'm working on a new video. I want you guys to tell me what you think. All right. Tell me what you think, because this is pretty good. Let me see. Remove this from the scene. No, cancel that. Why is it not showing? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Tell me what you think. Yeah? Does that work? Does that work? I think that's a good one, but I do have another one. I wonder if you'll like this next one, because I got that one, and then I get this one here, which I think is really good. Yeah. You know, you got the is that one, and then I have the most famous one. I have the most famous one, right? No, that's not it. Let me see. It should be this one right here. Oh, I got the protagonist, the antagonist. There you go. Yeah. Does it work? Does it work good? Yeah. That one good. Should I bring it up for you guys to see? That one works pretty good, right? Yeah. It's the walrus in sheep's clothing. Yeah. Oh, I thought you guys would like that. I had to share that with you. Ooh. Wait until you see the video. It'll be good. Oh. Bye. Oh, you're calling it a night? All right, you have a good one, Max. We'll see you soon. Get some rest, brother. I love it. I love this place. It's so great. It's so great. And we'll just move this over here. Why is that doing it? There we go. There we are. Now, I don't like that one as much as I like this. I like that. I like this much better. This view just feels so good. All right.
Believed that he had said that they don't appear. Oh, at the time stamp, she said anywhere else in the transcript. Within this transcript, no.
Yeah, so you're falsely accusing my client of...
No, your client said these statements, and he said them in there, so it doesn't matter which one he said. These were
Yes, it does matter which one he said it in, and your righteous indignation doesn't help. See, it doesn't matter if he made those statements. You signed under oath that this is where he did it, when he did it, how he did it. Mutton flops. Yeah, we call it mutton flops. Ginger Frecker, mutton flops. I like that. We'll call it mutton flops. Mutton flops. Now, I know that you have lamb and then you have mutton. Isn't there something else for an old sheep? Mutton flops. I can't remember what it is. So good. Oh, Mother's Nature's brims need to tune up for sure.
incredibly offensive and scary to me. So
it's offensive, yes, but you have every right to be offended. But guess what? You don't have the right to take away his. Marama says, I love y'all. Hi, y'all. Hi, Shizzy. I found life's receipts unlikely, so I can prove bye. I didn't know you could get a sheep big enough to cover a walrus. Well, it takes a few. Instead of polyflops, mutton flops. Oh my God, I hate her voice. It's like nails on a chalkboard to me. I agree, fancy darling. That's why I have to pause it, because, this righteous indignation of, she's arguing minor perjury. Yeah.
So I think I understand where you're going with this, but I think you're barking up the.
You understand where he's going with this? How dare you compare him to a dog, saying he's barking? What, like a dog? You calling me a dog lady? I mean, what's up with the, you got something against dogs? I mean, what's your problem?
wrong tree here because he did say them.
You know, of course, that it is physically impossible to slap someone through a phone, right?
He said whatever I can get to her.
You know that it's impossible to slap someone through a camera, right?
I don't know what he meant. However, he could get to me. That could mean in person.
So that's obviously it's obviously a figurative statement, isn't it?
Everybody here knows what he was saying.
Everybody here knows what he was saying. No, you're the only one that knows what he's saying. Yeah, she's got something against dogs. She doesn't like them barking up trees. She's facing like 14 felonies, Sharon. 14 felonies. Yeah. See, her thing is she doesn't want people talking about the case, because if they talk about the case, it shows how bad she looks. Dogs bark up trees if there's a squirrel in it. Hello is pretty nutty. Fancy darling. That's so right. That's right. Just a little. Unbelievable.
So, if these videos were upsetting to you, why did you watch them?
Because I wanted to know how far he was going to take things after I learned he was trying to get people to.
No. All you had to do was turn that off. That's it. Turn it off. Wonderful.
Impersonate me. That's when he really came on my radar.
But
people were impersonating you.
Know about them until you went out looking for them, right?
Until I saw videos with my name on them, yes. And as I said, the volume of videos just is overwhelming.
And
it's called YouTube, sweetheart. The volume of videos is called YouTube. That's it. That's all it is. Mutton flops. Hashtag mutton flops. If you would like to send your mutton flops over here, you can send a little mutton flop. And it's better than a polyflop, because, the polyflop, it ran out the door running and screaming. And I mean, there was something else I was going to say. She has the wavering, crying kind of voice, drives everyone nuts. Yeah, Heather May, it's called vocal fry. There's somebody else I know of that has that same problem. And they say there's something wrong with their throat or something like that. Oh, there's something wrong with my throat. Well, I just need to stop looking online every day to see what people are saying about her. She wants people talking. When they do, she gets mad. Yeah, the same way with Bubbles and the Fleas and all these other people that just get so upset. Jing, he's also facing charges. Yeah, he's also looking at being disbarred. Oh my God, her voice is worse than JJ and Greasy Fleesa and Last Net all together. Just JF. That's funny, Jack. I hate those Evan popping ads. Yeah, that has to happen. 3 a.m. here in the UK. We'll catch the rest on replay tonight. Well, you have yourself a good rest in the UK, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you early. Why, Shizzy, why? When you said turn it off, you filled my head with images of Gwen Walls on the campaign trail. Just turn the page. Just turn the page. I think she wants people to believe she's related or hangs out with the Kardashians. Her voice is because she lies too much. Well,
again, you never saw him anywhere other than at your public court hearings, right?
Yes, which creeps me out so much more, because who knows where else he's been.
In the United States, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter where he's been. Has he come up to you, harassed you? Saying mean things online is not harassment. It hasn't interfered with anything that's been going on with you. And, if I were Rob, I would have probably, been a little more selective of my attorney in this. And I know it sucks I know it absolutely sucks, but you could have been a little more selective and got somebody else. Ello gargled those twins for too long. She went horse.
And he said he needed to hang out at hospitals to try to find me. So for all I know, he went to the hospital when I was admitted. I don't know.
These are things that
So you
she
have no
has.
evidence that he did, right?
He said I needed to go, so I don't know.
Well, doesn't it suck not knowing what he said was true or not? He said, I need to go. Well, maybe he does need to go to the hospital. You know, maybe he breaks his foot and he has to go to a hospital. It just happens to be the same day that you're at the hospital. Oh, that's right. You don't go to the hospital, right? Instead, you go to horse shows. He's allowed to travel anywhere he wants to. Well, all the gulping, something got to give.
You're just speculating, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Correct.
Mr. Andreev isn't the only person that talks about your cases online, is he?
No.
And he's also not the only person who talks about your cases online that uses, shall we say, vulgar language.
Correct, but they don't try to direct people to impersonate me or say that I should be raped by prison guards.
So let's talk.
That's not what he said. What he said was that she would lie and claim that she was. That's what he said. She is that kind of person. What he said is make sure that she's not, that there are no males around her whatsoever, because whenever she goes to prison, which she will go to prison, when she goes to prison, that she will, if you have male guards around her, she's going to claim that she's pregnant, probably with twins, because that's her MO. This lawyer is trying to show that Laura is like, but the judge still gave her the restraining order. I have to wonder why that was, because the attorney was not good enough of making his point. He was not good enough of getting that point made. He gave too much leeway. What he should have done is he should have looked behind him and realized Gingras' behavior, because Gingras had moved himself from being right here, that's where he was a minute ago, to moving all the way over here so he could have eye-to-eye contact and coach his client.
About that. Did anyone, to your knowledge, impersonate you?
Yes. Yes, they did.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, they did.
I was told that they called the horse show office. Yes.
Okay, tell me about that. Who told you that?
I was told that by the horse show office.
Who at the horse show office?
I can't give a name, but I'm sure if you call the horse.
We don't need to. That is evidence that you're supposed to provide. So that would be hearsay, you dumb bitch. Like, so she can make up shit, and he needs to be calling her out on this. Jesus.
Show office, they will say that they received calls trying to pretend they.
What, just like Project Viejo? Oh, was it Project Viejo, or was it Los Angeles, or was it Orange County where you were supposedly pregnant? Aren't you in front? I mean, why isn't he like going at her on this crap? Does the attorney not know? Does this attorney just not know about her behavior? Has he sent you anything in the mail, or emailed you directly, called or texted? Anything? Do you have proof of any of this?
For me.
Were you competing in a horse show that weekend?
I was not.
So even if somebody called trying to impersonate you, they wouldn't have gotten any information about you, right?
They would have found out I wasn't there because your client told them to call to see if I was there.
But nobody got any information about you, did they?
Yes, they did. They found out I wasn't there.
You're asking the questions wrong, dude. Now he's trying to come up with a way of asking the same question again. Dude, you suck. You suck. Oh, jeez. Yeah, he couldn't think of anything else. So he brain farted. Jeez,
So let's
dude.
talk about the
Dude.
statement about
Oh.
guards potentially raping you in prison. Isn't it common knowledge that unfortunately sexual assault is a problem in prisons?
I'm sure.
What the? No. 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 Way to tank a case. That question right there. Way to tank this case. Good God. Oh. Oh. Oh, the judge is taking notes. Judge is taking notes. Oh my God. That is the worst question. No. No, dude. Dude. I think I'm gonna need a lot of alcohol tonight. No, I can't be drinking. I gotta work tomorrow. Oh my God. Seems like this lawyer's on her side. I think so, Vicky, because that is the stupidest question. Isn't it true that there's a problem with, sexual assault in prison? What are you thinking? All you're doing is confirming what he didn't say. What he should have said, what were his words verbatim? No, you forgot the rest of it. He should have pulled up the actual transcript of what was said. Instead of just trying to come up with, did he not do any research on this? Did he just walk in there blind? I'll just wing it. Fuck. You just have to remember, just because an attorney passed the bar does not mean that they're a great attorney or even a good attorney. You can have somebody pass the bar that sucks as an attorney. Elaine Bredehoff was a perfect example of someone that sucked as an attorney. Sucked bad.
I don't know enough. I'm sure it is. I'm not denying that. I just don't know enough.
So it's something that people talk about when they're talking about a criminal case where someone might go to prison, right?
Not that I've seen, but I haven't sought that out.
So it's
Love
certainly
it,
not
Lisa Bradley.
unreasonable to
Look at the lips.
speculate that if someone is in prison, they might unfortunately be sexually assaulted by a guard.
And impregnated by a guard? Is that with multiple children? No, I don't think that's.
Oh, see, she got you. Yep, shit, dude. I right here, I don't even have to listen to the rest of this, but I will. I don't have to listen to the rest of this to know that this guy does not know what the fuck he's doing. Jeez, man.
Common.
Because it just looks like he's agreeing with her. He's not fighting back. He's not standing up for his client.
You spoke about what you say that my client said in a live stream shortly after he was served with the petition.
Correct.
And you testified that he displayed the petition.
Actually, it was. Give the slam dunk case to the new guy. No, that's the thing. He never stopped her. Yeah, he didn't look into any of this shit. Either that or he just sucks really bad.
On screen during that live stream, correct?
Correct.
Is your address on that petition?
I don't know.
And you said that he said something.
Worse is he fundraised for this lawyer. any case with Othello is not a normal run-of-the-mill case, right? What he was talking about whenever he was, and I'm not going to say it verbatim, but what he was suggesting is that make sure that she is in a prison that has all females, because if she's in there with males, she will probably end up pregnant, claiming that she's pregnant, her claiming that she is pregnant and had been, sexually assaulted. That's what her claim would be if she was put in prison with men. And why he's not reframing this question, I don't understand. Well, she knows it's satire, but she's chewed this guy up and spit him out by letting her mania or whatever, loose nuts and bolts are rattling around in her head get past him. Oh, YouTube guy could have done better doing it by himself. Most likely. Jeez.
About visiting the casita where you lived, correct?
Correct.
And
oh, God.
He immediately followed that by saying that's a joke, right?
Correct.
So he was joking.
It was an extremely poor taste if it was a joke, and for all I know, it was the truth. I don't know why.
You can't get in trouble for poor taste. Dude's being beat by ELO. Yeah. Yep. She is beating him down. Rob fundraised for this lawyer through Megan. As I understand it, he can't afford an appeal. Megan may know for sure. That's what I understand, Heather May, that he can't afford an appeal with it. That he's but here's the thing. For Rob, it doesn't, if I'm not mistaken, it doesn't stop him from streaming. He can still talk about and have an opinion, but he's going to have to couch his words a little bit more than what he did before. So that way it's very clear that he's not calling for people to show up where they're at. I call BS. Number one, the office staff probably doesn't even know who she is. Two, no one would call to see if they were registered for that day. There's a possibility that someone called, but I wouldn't know. She wouldn't know either. Maybe they talked to her. Doesn't matter. What she should have done, if that actually had happened, is say, can I get a sworn affidavit stating that this is what happened, that someone called up there pretending to be me? Hell, for all we know, she could have called up there pretended to be her. Fleet 6, etc. Definition of poor taste. Well, yeah. He should have hired Clayton's lawyer. He knows her tricks and lies. Yeah.
Somebody would say that and think it was funny after they've been served with an injunction against harassment.
People are allowed to make jokes, aren't they?
If it was a joke, and no, I don't believe that he should have been allowed to say that, or who would say that after they've been served with this.
So people are allowed to make jokes in poor taste, right?
Yes, they are, but not about stalking somebody after they've been given an injunction against harassment. I think that was alarming to me.
So you're upset because Mr. Andreev has criticized you online, right?
See you tomorrow,
Absolutely
Mac. You have a good one.
He's entitled to criticize me as much as he wants, and that's why I allowed this to continue without getting an injunction for more than a year. I wasn't seeking out his videos.
So you knew about his videos for more than a year before you filed the injunction?
Correct. I hadn't watched them, but I knew he was a content creator who did videos. It was only once I learned that he was trying to get people to impersonate me that I thought maybe I need to look more into this.
And again, you didn't have any knowledge of the content of any of these videos until you went out looking for them, right?
No, that's not true. It was when I found out he was trying to impersonate me that I started looking into the content of his other videos.
Okay, so what made you look for the content of his videos was when you found out he was telling people to impersonate you?
Correct.
That's not what you testified before, is it?
No, I don't know what you're referring to.
You testified.
Yeah, you don't know either, do you, man? You know, I think that ponytail is holding your brain up.
That you went out looking for.
Excellent. You have a wonderful one, Heather May, and I will see you on the flip side. You go ahead and pop out. And your watchers, thumbs up, are just about even. I love that. That's how Megan got the video of LO at the at the horse show. He videoed her and got the proof of her lying to the court. Mm-hmm.
By my name, correct?
Right. But now you're saying that what precipitated that was your alleged knowledge that someone had impersonated you?
Correct. Then I looked up my name and I saw all the videos that he'd created about me.
So who told you that someone had impersonated you?
The horse show office.
And did you call them or did they call you?
They called me.
Okay.
Did you get a signed affidavit stating that this is true? Or are you just making this up like you make up other things like being pregnant whenever you weren't, like 4 times? No, Laura, he was gathering evidence of your lies.
And did that person say that the person who was impersonating you was doing so because of Mr. Andreev's YouTube posting?
No, they did not.
So how do you know that was caused by him? About the only decent question he's asked. Ireland is checking in MQ. Guess what? We still have a song for you guys tonight. Make it up like, say, a sonogram. You think she would do that? Do you think she would make it up like a sonogram? I rest my case. If you're going to tell it, be prepared to show it. Exactly. That's why she's going after him, because he was at the horse show because she was at the horse show instead of the hospital or court. Mm-hmm.
Now, you know that there are quite a few people who make statements on YouTube and other social media stating their opinion that you're guilty of the crimes that you're charged with, right?
Correct.
And you didn't seek an injunction against any of them, did you?
I did not.
Yet.
You just picked on Mr. Andreev because he happens to be here in Phoenix, right?
Absolutely not. It was because he tried to get people to impersonate me and made very vulgar sexualized comments about me that other people have not made. They've criticized my case, and they have every right to criticize me in my case. They don't have the right to take it to the level that he's taken it.
Ketchup is in the house. Ketchup is in the house. Laura, have you threatened other content creators with suing them and putting horses on their property you would win? Do you have a problem with content creators, Miss Owens? Don't you? You have a problem with content. Yes, Tammy. Starting with coffee and shizzy. I tell her the mugs are off due to high winds.
Too.
So you think it's illegal for someone to make vulgar comments about you?
No, absolutely not.
But isn't that what you just said? You got the injunction against him because he made vulgar comments about
No, I said I got it because of the impersonation and the sexualized comments he made about me.
No, you're saying you're attributing something that somebody else did to him. You have no proof, 1, that it was him. Number 2, that anybody that was directed by him. Number 3, that it actually even happened. Hit her on this. Damn, this attorney.
Being raped and then trying to monitor my status. Nobody else has actually gone to these events and
nobody's
tried
gone.
To put themselves on my radar, I guess I could say, like he has. And he's tried to make it like, oh, I have been near her and she's, given blowjobs to these guys. That's taking it to another level that other people aren't.
What, are you saying you haven't given blowjobs to these guys? I mean, come on. Ask her the questions.
The case underlying your criminal case is the paternity action that you filed against Clayton Eckert, isn't it?
Correct.
And in that case, there was testimony that you gave Mr. Eckert 2 blowjobs the night that you claimed to have been impregnated, correct?
Correct.
And the judge in that case made factual findings that it was not possible that
This is not what he needs to be asking. Wrong question. Wrong question. You're going to get beat up so quickly on this. You hesitated. Look weak. You should have had this worked out already. Question would have been more like, is it true XYZ? Is it true XYZ? Didn't the judge recommend to the state of Arizona to charge you for perjury in that case because you lied? You're not a credible witness. You're not credible in anything that you say. That's what he needs to be hitting on.
doing 2 blowjobs could result in a pregnancy, right?
You're
And he should be objecting to this. I mean, Gingrich should be objecting to this because it's crap. What he should be, what this attorney should be asking is, didn't the judge find enough evidence in this to refer you to be charged with perjury? A liar.
I'm going to object to that as being way outside the scope, and it's also not an accurate statement of what the judge found. You could take judicial notice of what the judge found. I think the court has the ruling from the prior case. I have no objection to you taking judicial notice of that, but what I just heard was not an accurate reflection of what the judge found.
Your Honor, please do take judicial notice of that ruling, and this is something
Where was it? It was.
I hope the hell that he filed it. Look at the text of Clayton. Oh yeah, she has a very dirty mouth.
Provided in attached to what?
I don't believe it's been provided to you yet, Your Honor.
Oh, you're asking.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. So you're asking the judge to take judicial notice of something that you did not file. Why would you not file this with the court? Oh, good God. Oh, Rob, I feel bad for you, bro. I mean, if I was in your shoes right now, sitting there dealing with this, I'd be like, as soon as he walked over there, I'd be like, I think I'm going to have to fire you right now. You have screwed this case up 9 times to sideways, and fuck. Oh.
I could judicial notice from the court's own records, you mean?
Correct. I can provide a copy of it, Your Honor, if that would be convenient.
So
why didn't you?
My understanding is, and this is from the
Hey, Gingrich knows that he's got him over the fucking ropes on this. Most likely they could be served concurrently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not getting Power Pony vibes from Rob's attorney. Yeah.
pleadings, right? That's what I know. So there's,
yeah,
I'm sure more, right? But so from the pleadings, which I did my best to review, but you know, one of them was like this, and I have many cases, and so I have done my best to be prepared for today. It was rushed, I'm sure, for both of you as well because of the short time frame.
He just knows this guy is floundering. Yeah, he does. He's dancing right now because he's just like, got him. I don't. If he paid that much for him, I don't think it was. Glory Bird, I think it was something like $5 or $6 grand. I don't think it was 30 grand. This is where the case was lost. Yeah.
So my understanding, and you let me know if there's more that's important, but my understanding is there was some paternity or type action or a lawsuit filed regarding an allegation of a pregnancy against a gentleman who took part in The Bachelor. That case, the end result, I don't know precisely what it was, but the end result was that the judicial officer found Ms. Owens not to be credible, so that case did not resolve in her favor. And the result of that was that she has current charges pending. I saw the charging document, I believe, was attached to what one of you filed, and I saw that. So I'm not sure what exactly.
She's floundering too. And see, that's why, if this stuff was filed, Jesus, if this stuff was filed, why didn't he just pull up the God blessed case, what the judge's findings were, and start reading those back to her? I don't understand. God.
You're wanting me to take judicial notice of. So I think the idea that there was a finding that she was not credible in that proceeding, I think is a fair assumption that I have made. But is there something other than that, or something specific to oral sex that you think is important?
Certainly, Your Honor, and that is in the minute entry ruling on the paternity case, which again I can present to Your Honor.
But what's the importance of it?
Yes.
The important.
Yeah. What's the importance of what you're saying? He should have not been talking about it. You shouldn't have talked about the sexual stuff. You should have stuck to what the court said. Is what you should have been sticking to, with what the court said. What the court actually found, and been very on top of this, and not is that the court found that there was no way possible for her to get pregnant by giving a blowjob. No matter how many times. It's not credible. It's also not credible that she was ever even pregnant. One, she never, ever could provide anybody that the ultrasound came from. As a matter of fact, they can prove that whenever she was going around telling everyone that she was pregnant, when she was telling everyone that she was pregnant, and there was a video of it, that it was not a video of her, it was a video of her sister. She lied and lied and lied and lied and lied all through that case. That's what they found. She is looking at being charged and doing prison time. Her doing the prison time. What Rob said was, hopefully they don't put her in a prison where there's male guards. If they put her in a prison with male guards, more than likely she's going to claim that she's been sexually assaulted and that she's probably pregnant with twins, because that's her behavior. That's what he needed to put in there. Good fucking God, man. Why? Why are you floundering around like a fat whale, not knowing what the hell you're doing?
Of it is it provides context for my clients talking about blowjobs.
Oh, okay. Did you want to respond?
Only to add that I was trial counsel in the case that we're talking about, so I'm very familiar with the facts of that case. I don't disagree, and we can just stipulate that case.
Okay.
That case involved an allegation of oral sex involving this guy on The Bachelor,
Okay.
and I agree that it provides some context to what we're talking about. So if that's what we're doing, I'll stipulate to those facts.
Okay.
Beyond that, what counsel was trying to describe, and I'm not saying this was intentional, but it's a lot of papers and facts. But what he described the judge found in the prior case was not accurate. So I was trying to help you by saying you could just look at the minute entry from that case if it was important. I don't think it is, because we're talking about an undisputed fact that there was oral sex in the other thing.
Yeah.
So that's why it's being brought up.
So is that, do you agree with that? That the importance of it is the relevance of any comments that your client may have made is related to that other case, and that's
what he should have done instead of beating around the bush. Like, get to the point, man.
oral sex was an issue in that case.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so could we, as a stipulation to what we just discussed, is that acceptable, just to, in the interest of time?
That's perfectly acceptable. Your Honor.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, stop wasting the court's time, dumbass.
All right, I think the stipulation covers it then, and it sounds like that's a whole bunch of stuff. And so if we've limited it to the specific issue, then I think we're on track. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
The judge in that case made factual findings, correct?
Correct.
The judge's factual findings included that you provided false testimony, correct?
Correct.
The judge's findings, the judge found that you admitted that you had altered medical test results, an ultrasound and a sonogram, correct?
Again, Your Honor, this is going so far afield, and also there's a minute entry that explains exactly what the court found. I have no objection to you taking judicial notice, although the judicial notice rule says that Your Honor can look at a piece of paper and say, oh, here's what it says. That does not establish the facts. Well, the facts are not, you can't get judicial notice beyond the document itself.
I can make a fine. I can take judicial notice of that judicial officer's findings. That doesn't mean I am aware of like evidence that was presented.
Exactly.
But I think your goal is that there was I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, that she was found not to be credible. If there was a ruling that there was evidence.
Yeah, so and here's the thing, if his point was to bring up the reason he made those comments was because he was commenting on that case and her behavior in that case, and he should just stick with those points. Oh, Jesus, man.
Evidence that she attempted to present in court, whether it was physical evidence or testimony that the court found was not credible or was, at a minimum misleading. I think you're attacking her credibility here, correct?
Well, he's trying to do two things at once, and he shouldn't do this. He shouldn't try to do two things at once. I mean, there's a way to do it, and he's doing it absolutely wrong. That's facts right there. He would have accused any man if they were a prison guard, right? And that's what he was saying. He was saying it pretty nasty like, but that's what he was trying to say.
So I understand that. So I think. And I think she's also agreed or admitted. I don't, when I say agreed or admitted, I mean, I don't want to get too far into the weeds, right? About, what you say she did versus what she admits that she did, or right. I think the idea that she was found not to be credible is what you're looking for here. And I think, I take judicial notice that she was found, to not be credible, or that she presented, something to the court that was at a minimum, misleading, altered, whatever the case may be. It's something I will consider with respect to her credibility, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Going back to the horse show in Scottsdale last October, several days before that horse show was scheduled to begin, you had a hearing scheduled in California in another injunction against harassment case, correct?
Correct.
And a few days before that hearing, you filed a declaration with the court in California saying that you were severely ill and that traveling to California for the hearing would be life-threatening, correct?
Correct.
And then a few days later, you participated in a horse show, correct?
I think you're missing the fact that I was hospitalized overnight and had surgery.
And
No, you participated at the horse show. They showed you at the horse show. The video was of you at the horse show.
And then a few days later, you participated in a horse show.
Actually, no, this is entirely incorrect. You're talking about a horse show in October. I was hospitalized in November, and I was at a medical. I'm sorry, I'm getting the dates confused. Can you just guide me to where it was? Because the hearings in California were in October and November.
I'm having a little trouble following too, so maybe I could ask some specific dates just so I can understand.
So you had a hearing in a injunction against harassment case in California that was scheduled for October 22nd, correct?
A domestic violence restraining order, and the hearing was October. It was October 20th. Yeah, October 20th, I believe.
So sometime around October 20th and October 22nd, right?
Correct. And I had an appointment with a specialized GI doctor that I had to go to, and I could not miss.
But before that,
But you didn't. You went to the horse show. You went to the horse show. You know, her claim to get out of being at the doctor's was to go to a horse show. I mean, to get out of court was to be at the doctor's, and instead of going to the doctor, she went to a horse show. Yeah.
that October 20th or 22nd,
And this guy needs to be right on the money with every single date and the proof of when those dates happened. Why the F does this attorney not know the exact date? Exactly. He should be quoting the exact date that these things happened.
hearing in California. A few days before that hearing, you submitted a declaration to that court saying that you had been vomiting blood and that if you were required to travel to California for that hearing, it would threaten your life, right?
Correct. And my hemoglobin levels were almost at transfusion level at that time.
And that was at most 5 days before the horse show in Scottsdale?
When I filed that, I don't know the dates. It was.
That's why he needs to be providing the dates. This date, this happened. This date, you were supposed to be in court. This date, you were at a horse show instead. Get her on the record. Cool. You get your meds. You'll get your meds.
5 days, 7 days before I competed in a local horse show for a total of 4 minutes.
And you won first place, didn't you?
Correct.
So
days after the hearing. This was not
No,
on the day
it was
of the hearing or anything.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
You had this recovery.
See, and she got him. She got him again because if this was on the hearing, the day of the hearing, where people were saying she was there, the day of the horse show was the day of the hearing.
From a life-threatening condition that required surgery, and
2 weeks later, it required surgery. 2 weeks later, I was sick from August of 2025 until really now. You can see how small I am. I have been extremely ill.
But
I have been extremely ill. Welcome to count 15 of this lawyer can get his shit together. Yeah.
But you weren't so ill that
he doesn't get his shit together.
You couldn't compete in a horse show, right?
You can see how I look in that. I competed 10 minutes from my house for 4 minutes.
While you were supposed to be in court.
I didn't miss the hearing for that. And you know I did not miss the hearing for that, and that I competed days later, and so does your client.
And that's what I was asking you, Ms. Owens.
You need to have these dates right. Almost at transfusion level.
The fact remains, doesn't it, that you told the court in California you had a life-threatening condition.
Which I did, and I still do.
And a few days later, you were competing in a horse show.
Correct.
Correct.
I don't see how that has to do with whether or not your client made statements that he clearly made.
Okay. You can't. You just answer the questions, and then your attorney can follow up.
Doesn't matter what you think. Answer the fucking question. Were you supposed to be in court the day that you were at a horse show? And if you have proof of this, Mr. Ponytail, then you need to provide that proof that that's what happened on that date. Good God, man. You know, maybe trim the little rat tail off the back of your balding head and, you know, get your shit together.
After.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Let's keep this moving though, because
Yeah.
we're well outside of our time frame here.
Yes, I apologize, Your Honor. Just a few more.
That's all right. You're
Yeah, this is there's not enough time to do that. That's the problem. Yeah, schmuck attorney. Good Lord.
it's not only you, but you know, we got a slow start as well.
Yeah. So when you say that you feel harassed by Mr. Andreev's videos, you're just making that up, right?
No, I'm not.
Just like you made up things you testified to in the paternity case, correct?
You already lost
I'm
this
going to object
case.
to that and instruct the witness not to answer based on the Fifth Amendment. We are not getting into the criminal stuff and asking her about that. I'm not going to allow her to answer that.
Do you want to be heard?
Your Honor, I think you understand where I'm going with this, so I will withdraw the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that makes sense, just given that there's a pending matter.
Yeah, I think you're going with this, Judge. What? That she's unreliable and she lies?
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Any follow-up?
I don't think so, Your Honor. Lord,
I don't think so, Honor. We pretty much, you know, dominated this guy on his cross.
based on what he asked you, is there anything you want to clarify, or do you feel like you? I mean, and this could be as much as, were you clear on the dates he was getting at with this horse show thing? Because I was aware of some of this stuff, but I don't even remember what the dates are.
I don't remember what the dates are, and I don't remember what day he went. I know I was not scheduled to be in court.
Yeah, see, they've already made their point that he was showing up there to harass her, and I hope to God hell that he gets up there and tears her apart on his testimony of what he said. Yes, Your Honor, it was highly inappropriate what I said. Yes, Your Honor, it was vulgar. Those are part of the rights that I have. No, as you can clearly see, I am disabled. I am not able to travel every single place. No, I could not show up to her door. No, I've got this. No, Your Honor, you know, this is what happened. This is what I said. This is the context of what I said, how I said it, and be very clear and very much to the point.
That day, I've had a very long, like I said, it was from August of 25 until present. I'm still dealing with these medical issues.
Without getting, because this is a public thing and this is, I'm sure, going to wind up on YouTube, without getting too personal, can you tell the court what medical issues you're dealing with right now?
Yes, I can. I've been vomiting blood since August. I've had
Sucks.
multiple tests and procedures done to try to figure out what the source of that is. I have epilepsy, I have autism, I have anorexia, I have panic disorder. I've got a host of issues.
And you've sought medical treatment for those things, right?
Of course, yes.
But you still rode a horse, right?
Correct.
For 4 minutes.
Correct.
Are you just trying to live your best life, notwithstanding your health problems?
Correct.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to clarify?
Clearly. Very clearly.
No, I mean,
didn't.
I guess it's just I'm not trying to get upset about it. I just feel like, you know, the fact that he made these statements is not in question. It's just upsetting to have this other stuff, you know, brought up. My credibility is not at issue when we have him on video making the statements.
That's for the court to decide, and I think she's listening very carefully. So,
and also one last thing, I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to talk about the case at all, or that people don't have the right to talk about the case. That's all I did want to add.
I had one question, and then I will let each of you follow up. And I'm sorry, Mr. Gingras, I thought you were finished. So if I was not correct, I apologize for butting in. I had one question, and I'll let you all follow up if you think it's necessary. I just wanted to make understand, because there was some discussion of the health conditions. So did this information come up in the other proceeding or in the criminal case? I'm asking you. I'm asking.
Yes.
No.
So the information. So there was there in the video, there was discussion of some of the things that you've described. So that's why I was asking, were there health issues discussed in either the case, I guess the first civil case, or in the criminal case?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, I'm just confused about how it was out in the world.
Yeah, this attorney was completely unprepared. Like, you could tell he was completely unprepared. And maybe it was because it was on short notice or whatever. You know, and I'm not saying that, you know, he's an absolute bad attorney, but in this case, he sucked bad. Really bad. I guarantee this attorney never rehearsed this case before he walked into the court. Yeah. I've seen my wife rehearse cases, like go through every bit of her arguments throughout the day. She'll sit down and she'll write. She knows that she has a certain amount of time to talk. She knows what questions she's going to ask because she knows what the answers are. She goes through all of that stuff. And this guy sucks bad. All the trying to reframe his questions. You know the shit that she's going to say. You already know how she is going to answer, or a good summary of it. And you hit her on those. He never did.
I could probably help Your Honor with that.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm asking her.
I get speculation on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Speculation on YouTube. Anthony the Warrior 1986 just became a member. Well, welcome, Anthony the Warrior 1986. And I say this to all my wonderful new members.
Welcome to the shit show.
Yes, every single day. A new flavor of fuckery, cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, balderdash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Ah, yes. Oh, yes.
It's my understanding of maybe that would.
Did you have an objection?
I do, Your Honor, because I don't believe that records with me to.
You don't believe what's correct?
I don't believe that it's correct that to have anorexia, his example, was not
Why are you talking about this? Like, that's stupid. That's absolutely stupid.
Do you know whether it was?
I
mean, I think she can say whatever she wants to say. If your objection is that what she's saying is not correct, you can ask her questions about it. But do you know?
I had a 50-pound weight loss from when I filed the paternity case until when I was seen in court, and so like the anorexia was brought up by people who saw like my weight before, and then saw my weight, I guess, at the case, but it wasn't like discussed at the case. It was like on YouTube.
Oh, okay, wait. If I'm paying attention, I guess, right? We were discussing a motion filed in a California case.
Oh, in
that case, did you say something about your medical issues?
That I had GI bleeding, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
sorry about that. That's okay.
We testified to that, and I just didn't get it.
Right? It was a DVRO hearing. It wasn't an injunction against harassment hearing, and I did have to, for health issues. Yes.
There was something in the court record, so maybe that's what it was.
Correct.
That's all. I was just trying to connect those dots in my own mind, and if I had thought about it, it was probably clear that that's where it came from. Okay. Anybody have a follow-up about my question? Go ahead.
Oh, not about that.
Oh, okay. Did I bring something else up that caught?
You did not.
Do you have a follow-up to it?
Yeah, may I ask the witness?
Yeah.
Questions?
Is it about my question?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So in the paternity proceeding, there was testimony regarding whether a positive pregnancy test was the result of your epilepsy medication, correct?
I'm not sure that was brought up at the case. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
I don't.
But if you could restate that question. Again, I was there, so I'm very attentive to the accuracy of the facts.
How about I just read from the findings of facts? This is page 5 of the ruling in the paternity case.
Does it reference epilepsy?
It does, Your Honor. It says, in the email, respondent suggested that the positive test was the result of petitioner's epilepsy medication.
Oh, okay.
So Your Honor,
Well, that was an email then.
with this
Yeah, and Gingers is going to shoot this down.
this is where we get into the technical side of judicial notice. You can take judicial notice that the ruling says that, but that statement itself is hearsay. I can't cross-examine anybody about that.
Sure.
So you can,
Honestly, I don't know that it's really relevant to anything here either, how it came. I just was trying to figure out. I think it actually is probably potentially in your client's favor that it was discussed.
No, this was a hearing, and I'll explain a little bit here. So this guy right here has a YouTube channel called Hey Rob. Okay, this guy right here. This is Laura Owens. Laura Owens is fake pregnancy. This is Douche Canoe over here, her attorney in the fake pregnancy trial. This ponytail guy is this guy's attorney, and this here is the judge. And what he's trying to do is that she is trying to get an injunction against him. She's saying, no, he's a bad person. He says mean things about me. And that's where we get all the best. All the best. All right. And she is trying to get an injunction against him because he's stalking her, or she believes that he's stalking her. And what the thing is he said some pretty shitty things on the interwebs, making her look stupid and foolish and all the things that she is. And it made some pretty, shitty comments. This is one way that she can harass this guy so he has no way of showing up to court, that it's going to make it more difficult for him to be, filming whenever she's lying and things like that, because he wanted to go and basically harass. And she's making up a bunch of, bullshit excuses. It's basically over her feelings being hurt about him covering the case and his language. Yes, it is. It is some pretty shitty language. It's not some of the nicest stuff, or in most cases, something that a lot of people want to listen to. But those that listen to him enjoy his content. It's a bullshit protective order. He paid a lot of money to this guy right here, Mr. Ponytail. He was paid a lot of money. He fundraised to pay this guy to get that protective order, make sure that protective order didn't happen. And of course, this guy, Mr. Ponytail here, he's botching this case all to hell. Judge leaves a lot to be desired as well. Well, and she's only going by the information that this guy is presenting. If he doesn't present a good case, well, then this is what happens. And this is what happens whenever you have an attorney that does bad.
Open hearing or in a court document, right?
That's correct.
It sounds like it sounds like it was.
Yeah, and Gingras is right on this. I mean, these are things that don't matter. That's irrelevant to this. Which he's right. Yes, she did this. Yes, she wasn't credible in that case. Yes, that. But he's still stalking and harassing my client. And that's all he has to say. He's still stalking and harassing. She just wants an injunctive order. That's it. You're welcome, Marie.
Right.
It certainly was, Your Honor, and that was the point that.
But I don't know how. I don't think it really matters how it was discussed or which case.
Right.
Yep.
I'm just trying to establish the fact that it was.
Yeah, that's sort of what I took from it. I took that it was. There were a couple of proceedings where it could have been discussed. So.
And your client then speculated that I did not.
Wait. You can't.
I'm
Isn't that
sorry.
the question?
I'm sorry.
Okay. So I think that's a.
Good job on Gingras. Like, stop. Shut. You're winning this. He's like, stop it, you stupid twat. Shut up. be frank, it's a lot to take. If you haven't had your head in this mad case for some time, yeah, it is a lot to take. I mean, I've been paying attention to quite a bit of it just to see all what's going on. And I mean, you know, I hope that was a good breakdown. Pretty simple.
Established. Anything further? More questions on that issue? Okay. Did you have a follow-up on that issue?
No, I was just going to clarify that, and maybe I can just ask Laura. You're not basing your request for injunctive relief against harassment on him disclosing medical information such as your health.
Oh, no, not at all.
I mean, he has disclosed or commented about things, but so have other people, and you're not making that part of this request, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's all I have. And before we let her go, I just wanted to move, if now's the right time, move to admit the exhibits that we talked about so far, which I believe were plaintiffs 1 through 13. And I'm gonna. There's 4 other ones which are long videos.
Okay.
I was going to submit them. It's just part of the record. If they object,
I'll have to review them. So if they're hours,
I don't want to do that to you. I think we have enough. We have to prove 2 incidents. Okay. I don't want to prove 200.
Well, if you want to, I'm not saying anybody can't present additional evidence, but I would ask that you tell me where.
Oh, it's 10 minutes to midnight. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? I think you guys know what that means. It is almost time. I don't know. Should I play it for you guys? Play the high quality version? Yeah, we'll pick up on this later. It is time to show it if you got it, right? So what I'm going to share with you guys is something that released tonight. As well, why not? Why not have a good time and you guys get to enjoy this? And I'm not going to end the video on this. I guarantee I'm not going to end the stream tonight on this. But here you go.
Trying to light a spark, wait till they work it over and over and harder and over again in the dark. You call it preservation in your quiet place. I hit it every blast, you take it in the face. Reply all junkie, joined up for thrills. Scream harassment when they quote your own kills. No peace, no quiet, just spiral and shout. You pour the gas grin while it burns out. Nobody drag you, you barged in loud. Now the dock is thick, judgment's coming down. Oh, deeper, proud harder. CC the doom, act shock when it hits harder. Harder. Over and over and over again. Loser blame everyone, but this your sin. Over and over it tightened in your band. Harder, friends. Charge mother trucker, you're the range. Chasing friction till bars get exchanged. Harder. Seems you're craving bubba to begin. Harder, your ass gets worked in. Harassed, watch the stalk threads in the night. She's a weird nut, living rent free in your mind. Call it coordination when they call you bluff. Threaten a suit, kind of shit ain't enough. Felony frame stuck in your lies. How you pour gasoline, about to feel the fire. No force, you chose it your grand wide. Now bunkmates waiting, no place to hide. Oh, deeper, proud harder. CC the doom, act shock when it hits harder. Over and over and over again. Bill K step in, pretend it's a win. Over and over and know the news just saying. Harder. Call it nerve, call it the fight, but you live for a wreck more than life. Harder. Fall deep in love with your defeat. Harder. Orange jumpsuit heat. Don't forgive, threats don't fade. Exposure, inclusion, your own parade. Swear untouchable, king of the spin, but spiral tight and cell dog grin. No more screens, no CC changes, concrete echo, endless pain. Push harder, it gets harder till you bent over, no reason, no pardon. Poke deeper, prod harder. CC the doom, act shock when it hits harder. Over and over, you you swing at shade. Shadows bite back, price getting paid. Having over, drag 'em in your ring, but bring shrinking light, damn it. Truth card deep, no hide no more. You wrote the record, now lock the door. Over and over, you scream, you plead. Bar slam shut on your endless need. Harder and harder and harder and harder and man. Ass worked over by your own damn hand. Harder and harder and harder and harder and man. Over and over, chose to fight. Over and over, harder and harder and harder. Over and over, proved it right. Harder, 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 harder. And everybody already knows.
It's a total poop cruise. Exactly. A total poop cruise. Working that plunger harder and harder, over and over and over again. Got to get that toilet clean, man. Got to keep the toilet clean. Tomorrow, it's going to be a new day. We're going to have a little bit of fun tomorrow. I think I might do some soft sit stuff tomorrow. I don't know. We'll just see if any new court documents come out. If they don't, I do have some other stuff planned. We might even go over some more of the Laura Owens stuff. Of course, at the very end, it says, blame Jeremy. Of course, that's exactly what it says. See, right at the very end. Of course, blame Jeremy. Ah, yes. Good night, everyone. But yeah, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'll send you guys over somewhere. And I do want to thank all you guys for coming by and all your super chats tonight. It was well appreciated. And it goes a long way with this chat. You guys are the best around. And I do thank you. And I will see all of you on the flip side. I don't know where I'm sending you yet. It doesn't look like anybody is doing any. Yeah, MG is on. I'll probably send you guys over. Go see AMG. Go give him a hard time. Harder and harder and over and over and over again. I will see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You might see me over at MG's for a couple of minutes. We'll see. It just depends. I'm working on a video right now for the latest song that's going to be coming out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back and watch the video, watch the stream. You'll find out what I'm talking about. The sheeple, they're not made out of seaweed like they said it was. It's sheeple. I tell you.
Breaking news or whatever. They're on another one. Gang, gang. Yeah. Gang, emergency Zoom film at 11. Same 5 goons, same deranged obsession. This changes everything. Bro, it's page 47 of emotion they skin while half watching Yellowstone. Gang, squinting at 8-point font like detectives. Zoom so far and the pixels are screaming for mercy. Look at this, timestamp 2022, my God, but they're yelling it like they just cracked Watergate. High five. Mike's been muted for 20 minutes, still barking. Circular logic, so a lot of time to seem impressive. Trust the plan, this is massive. Nah, fam, it's boilerplate and it's mid at best. Gang, self-appointed outrage, squad patting each other like they personally ended corruption. Gang, dropping bombshell tea that's been sitting in pieces since breakfast. Gang, moral high ground speed run, they'll flip the script the second it's convenient. Gang, same PowerPoint presentation, new day, same brain dead narration. Gang, we're not obsessed, we're just passionate. 3-hour living yesterday's hoodie, passion in my ass. Why is he even breathing right now? Says the guy refreshing notifications every 14 seconds. Gang, playing lawyer on God mode, reading comprehension. Stuck in elementary, confidence in the stratosphere, case dismissed. They're screaming to the void, motion still pending but go off I guess.
Disagree? Obviously a paid shill. Actually read the file in deep state plan. Laugh at them, you're clearly compromised too. Exist in the same zip code, suspicious behavior, notify the group chat.
Tighter circle, smaller brain. Echo chamber finally running out of oxygen. Gang. Yeah, gang, gang, acting the actual judge like it's group chat. Replay all meltdowns, labeled just asking questions. Got warned by the court once, that was a suggestion. Still get it the same dumb street like it's strictly trash talk. Gang, gang, we're above all this drama. While screenshotting, they on meltdown for content. Preaching peace and love while actively baiting bears. And fake shock when the bear finally bites back. How could this happen? Gang, gang, synchronized tantrum hours. 5 tabs open, all the same screenshot. Different zoom levels, gang, gang. Premature victory lap over legal language, still can't pause. Gang, gang, standing 10 toes on business until tomorrow's violence and I'm scrambling again. Gang, gang. Hype the claim to the moon, then ghost the chat when it ages like milk. Gang, gang. Gang, 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 gang. Gang, gang. Refresh, refresh. Gang, gang. Gang, 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 gang. See y'all same time tomorrow. Gang, gang. Don't be late.